Hello, we are KEEDOH, KEEDOH, and this is episode 1 of our podcast. My name's Bobby.
I'm Annie.
And we're doing this. But yeah, so what KEEDOH is our brand together.
Mm-hmm.
I make music. And Annie does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's just like what we do together though too.
Yeah.
Like drawing and
Just anything creatively we do together basically. And eventually we'll have like merch and stuff, and yeah, just the central point for everything that we're gonna do creatively together.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to do this podcast to, bring in more people, like have people see us as people and not just like our art and stuff, and so we can like explain our minds. The source.
Yeah. Part of KEEDOH is just who we are, so then making a podcast is like getting to know who we are even better.
Definitely.
Source.
Yeah, the source.
That's what this should be called.
The source.
KEEDOH, the source. Episode 1.
And this is our co-host Lionel.
Yeah, everyone meet Lionel. If you don't know him already, he's blurry.
It's okay.
Most people do know Lionel.
Yeah, he's more famous than us.
Lionel Richosaurus is his full name. He loves the spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah, and neither of us are the best at keeping in contact with our friends and family, so another reason we had this idea was to have people, like, you know a lot of people, like, all over the country, so it's like a good way for people to stay connected with us and keep up with us without having to, like, talk to everybody individually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much sums it up. Yeah, so the first episode we want to talk about like Native American stuff, because as you may know watching this, Annie is Native American, and it's a very important part of her identity. Yeah, I don't want to talk about. I want to talk for you.
No, go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, so a lot of people think they don't know what I am. They think I'm Mexican or white or something, but I'm Native American. And some people also think that I recently decided to connect to my culture, but that's not true either. I've grown up and lived in the Native American culture. So that's like who I am. It's not just something that's like I decided and thought was cool.
Yeah.
Like most people, but
like most people.
Like most people.
But yeah, and we've been going to a lot of powwows on the East Coast because we live in Brooklyn now. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm from New Jersey, and Annie is from Washington State, not Washington, D.C. Vancouver, Washington, not Vancouver, B.C. Just so you all know, get it right.
Portland.
Portland, Oregon.
Not Portland, Maine.
Yeah, not Portland, Maine. Or Portland, Ireland. I don't know if there's Portland in Ireland. So yeah, like, how would you compare, like, because every area of the United States or all indigenous people anywhere is very different. So how would you compare, like, the Northwest Native American culture to like mid-Atlantic East Coast?
Northeast.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Like what's like? How about what are like some similarities that you've noticed, like going to powwows and stuff?
I mean, the powwow format is exactly the same, basically.
Yeah.
There's like a beginning, which is called grand entry, and all the dancers like come in, and that's like the same, because the powwow format, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to be the same all over the place. It's supposed to unify all Native Americans. It's supposed to unify all Native Americans. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to just be the same, basically everywhere. But like, the thing that's different is just the Iroquois Native Americans that are around here still do a lot of their traditional dances, like the smoke dance and I don't remember the other names of them, but it's like on the West Coast we just do like a lot of different kinds of round dances, like the friendship ones, like shaking the hands.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like holding hands. But out here they just do like one kind of round dance, but then they do like the Iroquois like round dances. That like everyone seems to know.
Yeah.
And I want to learn because I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. So the biggest difference you would say is just the types of dances?
Yeah, because I don't know if I haven't met a lot of Iroquois Native Americans on the West Coast. Not very many at all. And so their culture isn't prevalent out there like it is out here. Like out there there's like coastal Native American dances that we participate in and like encourage, but I haven't even seen any like Chinook or coastal Native American out here like once, I don't think. So that's like a big difference, is because just the different tribes, because all tribes are extremely different.
Yeah, and that's something that I think most people don't know, is that not every Native American wears a headdress and lives in a teepee.
Yeah, very few do.
Yeah.
Like actually do. A lot of tribes like adopted the teepee into their culture too. They lived in like mud houses or like different kinds of like wooden structures.
Like long houses and stuff? Or those aren't for living, right?
Sometimes they are.
Okay.
Sometimes they're for ceremonies, and sometimes they're for. Maybe I'm nervous.
I mean, it is kind of hot in here.
Yeah. It depends on the tribe. Like sometimes like royalty or whatever lived in them, or sometimes like with the Chinook people, they just had bunches of them that were huge, and like on one end were like slaves, and then on the other end were like other people that were higher up in class. But it's like even that, there's like a lot of tribes who had some sort of like longhouse structure, but each tribe used it differently. Yeah. And they all looked different. And they didn't all speak the same language. They didn't all eat the same food. They didn't all look the same either.
Yeah, it's like saying like just generalizing like South America as like all being the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
but people probably do that though.
Yeah, no, you're right.
A lot.
But
don't even know
that's not right though.
Yeah. So I think they're Mexican.
Yeah. So I think like kind of bringing this back to keto, even though I'm not Native American myself, I think because I'm so involved with you in your life, it's like Native American culture is very important to me as well, and I think part of, not everything, but definitely a big part of what we're trying to do with keto is like bring correct awareness to Native American culture and like, right? Like,
I mean, that's what I do every day of my life.
Yeah. But like, I'm just trying to help, you know?
Yeah.
But because I think people just don't know about Native American culture. It's not even like they're against it or for it or whatever. They're just
ignorance.
It's just like lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, even within like minority groups, like Native Americans are like not even part of the conversation.
Yeah.
So I think that's like just like an important aspect of bringing awareness to, is so like they can at least be like part of the conversation, and like not just like, most people don't even think Native Americans exist anymore. Yeah. Like they're like, it's like something in a history book. Yeah. Which is so inaccurate.
People don't have an awareness to like a post like 19th century Native American.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
They don't even know.
That's her.
Yeah, me and like my family.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when they think of a Native American, they think of what they want to think of. And when they see a real one, they're like, oh, it's not what I wanted. It's not who I thought you would be. Yeah. And I see that a lot. Like a woman we saw at the powwow who was dressed like in a short mini-skirt buckskin thing with like a weird belt and like feathers like flowing in her hair. And it's like, that's what people want Native Americans to look like, but that's not what we look like. And it's like, I'm not gonna apologize for that. Like, I'm not sorry that I don't look like what you want me to look like. Yeah. And it's cool that you're into that, but don't pretend it's Native American.
Yeah,
it's like Native American kind of inspired, Southwest inspired, I don't even know.
Yeah, it seemed like that lady was just using going to a powwow as an excuse to like feel like free spirited and like, oh, I can just like dance whenever, like.
But she wouldn't even like, anybody is welcome. There are certain times in a powwow when everybody is welcome, no matter what ethnicity you identify with or what race you are, or if you have like Native American clothing on, you can go out there and dance. But she didn't. But she went to like a stand where they were playing Peruvian music, and she was dancing over there,
Which
far
is like
away.
way on the other side. Yeah.
So you can tell that she knew she wasn't doing something right.
Yeah.
And I encourage people to like connect with the Native American culture, even if you aren't Native American, but you have to get to the source.
Yeah.
Like
Source.
the source.
Yeah.
Wow, full circle.
That should be the name of this episode.
You know, the source. Yeah. You have to get to the source to really connect with the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can enjoy a culture surface level, but don't pretend you're a part of that culture unless you get to the root of it and the source.
What would you say is the best way to get to the source if you're an outsider?
Talk to a Native American.
Just like literally
Like,
just ask questions.
Yeah. Talk to us. Be open to realizing that maybe what you think is a Native American isn't a Native American. Like we don't have feathers flowing in our hair. Like, I mean, I can't do that now.
Yeah.
Like I know some people see me and when they see that I'm Native American, I don't have really long hair. Now I've noticed that they're like, oh,
yeah.
they don't like it because I don't look like what they would want a Native American to look like. But if you want to be a part of the culture, like talk to a Native American. And most Native Americans aren't afraid to like answer dumb questions. Like I encourage that.
I remember you said that. Yeah.
Because like if you're gonna ask a dumb question, like ask me and don't just have it around in your head and like think it's true.
Yeah.
Like, so just treat us like humans and be open to having your mindset changed about who we are.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe being disappointed that we don't dance around half naked with feathers in our hair. Because we don't usually.
Yeah. And that's another thing too that they really stress, because I've been to a decent amount of powwows with you now, and it seems like they really stress that like when you're watching the dancers, they're not entertaining you. It's a part of their culture that they're allowing you to be a part of. You're not just. It's not like you're going to like
it's not like the Wild
a show. Yeah, you're not just going to a show to enjoy people dancing for you. It's like this is part of your this is part of your culture that they're allowing you to experience.
Yeah.
It's not just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
That's something I think has really stood out to me when we go to powwows. Is like they're really like they're not like abrasive about it, but they're like, just so you guys know, this is what's happening, so that people don't have their own ideas of what's happening.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. And like, yeah, I don't know.
That's one thing that I've noticed that is more different with the powwows that I've experienced out here versus the West Coast, and it might be because maybe there isn't as big of a Native American community, like I'm not sure, but
there's just less people.
Yeah, maybe because when we go to powwows, they're very educational about what is happening. And on the West Coast, during powwows, like the MC is usually like talking about what's going on, but here it's like I feel like every time that they introduce a new dance, they explain it.
Yeah.
And every time there's like an intertribal where everyone can go out and dance, no matter if you're white or black or Asian or whatever, like they explain what's going on. I feel like they really heavily explain things here, and maybe it is because they have just a crazy amount of different kinds of people that go to powwows. Whereas out there, it's like
mostly just Native Americans.
Yeah. Well, mostly Native Americans, and then also like people who probably have gone to a powwow before.
Yeah, or like people like me who are like there with a Native American.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the one we went to this past weekend in New Jersey, there were so many just like white people there that didn't know any Native Americans. They like didn't know much about the culture, but they were just like, I don't know exactly what like how they found out about it or what. Like maybe it was just like they live in the area, but I didn't experience any like weird people. Even like everyone there was very interested. Like so every powwow we go to, we basically get. It's called an Indian taco or a fried red taco. You want to like explain that?
Taco?
Yeah.
Indian taco. An Indian taco is made from the first part is fry bread, which is the bread. It's made out of just like really simple stuff, just flour, baking powder, sugar, salt, like milk or water, and it's made from ingredients that were given to us from the government when we were pushed onto reservations, and they're like, here, make food out of this, and we're like, okay.
Which still exists.
Yeah.
Indians living on reservation is still very much so a thing.
Yeah, it is. And so we're like, okay, I guess we'll make something out of this. And so we made fry bread, which is just deep fried bread. Very simple. It's like an elephant ear, which I also recently learned is not a thing everywhere else. I thought everyone knew what an elephant ear was, but I guess not.
Yeah, like people in Cleveland that we know have mentioned elephant ears.
Oh, okay.
So
well, at least.
Maybe it's just like I've never heard of it or something.
Well,
I've heard the. Oh yeah.
Sam, our roommate, didn't know it, and Tony, his girlfriend, didn't know what an elephant ear was.
Yeah, maybe it's just like.
I don't think Alyssa knew what an elephant ear was. So maybe it's just like this east northeast
I think
thing.
there's just so many different types of fried dough.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's just fried bread, and then you put like things you put on a taco on top of it, like beans or like meat or chili, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, and it's just really, really, really good.
Yeah, and like
really unhealthy. You Indians shouldn't eat it. Stop eating it. Stop. It's bad.
Yeah, but like every single time we went to a powwow, someone would always ask us like what we're eating.
Yeah, that's also something I've noticed. When on the West Coast, if I'm walking around with Indian taco, I've never had someone be like, "Oh, what is that?" Like people usually probably just know, or I don't know. But here, maybe people because they're so used to just seeing a bunch of different kinds of cultures stuff, they're just more inclined to ask about it. I don't know what it is.
I don't know about the West Coast either, but like the powwows we've been to here, they sell like hot dogs and French fries and stuff. So I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they go to a fair.
Yeah.
Basically. It's an Indian fair. Like when you go to a fair, you can get like just deep fried shit.
Butter.
Yeah.
Deep fried shit, like actual shit. Hey, it's probably happening.
But like you can get like really terrible food. That's like a complaint at powwows is that there's not enough healthy food, and you're like sometimes you're dancing in like 90-degree weather and
you need sustenance.
You shouldn't be eating like fry bread or like a burger or a hot dog. You should be eating like good proteins and vegetables, but like it's kind of hard to find when you're at a powwow.
Yeah. Unless
you bring it yourself.
Mm-hmm. And some powwows you can't bring your own food, which we.
Unless powwows you can't, but you can't camp in all of them either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. What is? Because there was a time when I knew you when you'd never been to a powwow.
Mm-hmm.
So what was like the most like surprising or like thing you didn't expect when going to powwows?
Probably just like how included I felt. Like what the first powwow I went to was probably what was the first one we went to together?
Well, we went to
the one
the National Indian Museum in New York City.
Yeah, that one.
But it was like it wasn't a powwow. It was more just like this. It was like a powwow, like a mini form, but it was just showing it to people.
Yeah, like informative. It was like an informative session. I don't even know. Like,
it was like it had like a slight powwow format because they kind of had like a grand entry.
Yeah.
And they showcase dancers, but there was only like 10 dancers, and then they just kind of, and then they did allow people to come in and dance too. But it was like a mini powwow.
So what was the first like real one we went to?
The Columbia University one.
Oh yeah,
last
definitely.
Year.
That one was small and inside.
Like steps to like big ones.
But that one was like had the same format as all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, from an outside perspective, I was just like, because I know Native American culture is very, they like care a lot about it because it's just like depleting as time goes on. So we have like 5 minutes or so. So yeah, like I remember like not like I don't think nervous is the right word, but just like feeling like I was gonna be judged because I was just like a white kid, just like surrounded by a bunch of shit that I don't know what is going on. You know what I mean? But like you said, like I guess more so on the East Coast, they're very like. They like walk you through what's happening because they want everybody to be on the same page. So I think that was probably the most surprising thing for me was just like how included I felt immediately.
Yeah.
And not just because like I'm there with you. Like I felt included in like the whole thing.
That makes sense too, because whenever like I've invited people to powwows, they're like, sometimes their first question is, "Can I go?" I'm like, "Well, I'm asking you."
That's how I felt too.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, I'm asking you to go." Like, it's not, and I guess maybe people have like guilt over Native Americans because it's like they feel like they shouldn't go because they feel sorry that like or something. But people always ask me like if they can go, what they should wear, like how they should act, and I'm like, you can go, you can wear whatever you want, just wear normal clothes, don't overthink it, and like just be a normal person. Because then it's kind of weird when people say that because it's like kind of like almost I feel almost like subtly like dehumanized, or like I feel like I'm pushed off into the other. Like if when I'm in a Native American setting, I'm not normal.
You're not you.
Yeah, but like I'm the exact same right now as I am when I go to a powwow. So when other people go to powwows, they can just act the exact same because we're all humans. You know what I mean? Like you don't act different. Like when you're a Native American, you're not a different kind of human.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like when you're dancing or when like the drummers are playing and singing, that's like in the Native American culture, that's like your way of connecting to the source, right? Like so it's like it's similar to like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's similar to like if somebody was to just like go to church. Like it's like you're not a different person when you're at church. You're just
you should be at least.
Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't be. Like you should be just focusing on connecting to everything. Like so, I feel like that's a Native American powwow when you're dancing and stuff, or singing or playing drums is like it's like a way of connecting to the source. It's like you're praying almost.
Yeah, even just spectating is kind of like
And
it's not like
I definitely feel that.
Yeah, and people think that we're like super spiritual, but there's some Native Americans who are atheists and just go and like they just feel like a connection to home. Maybe they feel a connection to like
just their culture,
their parents.
It
doesn't have to be like super like, oh, I feel connected to the trees and the birds. It could just literally just be like, oh, I feel connected to who I am. And I think even if you're atheist and even if you like don't believe in anything, like still feeling that connection, still finding the source is important. Wow. This is our first time and we already like have a theme for one episode.
We could probably like start wrapping it up. Yeah. So obviously this is not the best setting, but I like the window. We were gonna film in front of our wall, but it looked too much like a mental ward, so I'd rather have like not the best. But and we're just using the mic from the camera. I had other mics that I was trying to set up, but none of them sounded that good. So eventually we'll there's room for improvement. Basically, eventually we'll have them be longer. We'll talk about more stuff per episode. We'll have our friends come on, but that's all in the future. Right now we're just focused on
just doing it.
Yeah, just building it up and just doing it, and just knowing that there's room for improvement and just letting it be what it is in every time we do it. Yeah.
And we're trying to do this like release one every week.
Yeah. Probably Sunday?
Not this Sunday.
Well, they're not going to know though. Yeah.
Sunday.
So wait, today's the 25th. It's 1:30. So thank you for watching. Whoever is watching, it's mostly probably just our family and friends, but that's what we want for now. We want to start with the people
Love
that
Mom.
Love you, Mom. We wanted to focus on, like I said before, just connecting with people that we know, because most of the people that most of the people that we are close to don't live in New York City, so we're kind of far away from a lot of people. I was about to stop.
It's you're gonna die.
All right.
Bye.
This is it. See ya.
See ya. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, wait. All right. So that's basically it.
Yeah, that's it.
So see you next week. Peace. I love you all.
Shout out KEEDOH.
Shout out KEEDOH. Follow us on Instagram, KEEDOH Camp. Is it underscore?
I don't know. You can find it.
Yeah, just search KEEDOH Camp with a K. KAMP.
KEEDOH.
Yeah, it's pronounced. Oh wait, is it still going?
I don't know what it did.
Oh, okay, whatever. Oh yeah. So all right. our KEEDOH camp, KEEDOH, it's pronounced just the way it's spelled. KEEDOH camp, that's our Instagram. We have a Twitter.
We're releasing shirts soon.
Yeah, we'll have merch soon.
Shirts.
We'll be putting out all different types of video content. Yeah. Music videos.
Socks.
Yeah. Don't promise too much. But yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. There will be much more from us in the future, so